What up? It's me, Martin, coming to you from the Ice House in Pasadena at my Barcast with my homie G. Reilly.
My man, what's up?
What up, dude?
Hey, look, man, I'm happy for you, man. This is a great setup.
I wanted to do a podcast for a long time, and then I just freaking one thing led to another, and then I said, you know what? Fuck it. Why don't I just do a Barcast with alcohol and
setting trends, baby. You're setting trends.
I just want to make it comfortable for me.
It's a new thing. And look, nah, it's a great idea, man. I'm loving this. I'm loving this, man. You got me drinking tequila at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
You were drinking tequila at 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, well, 5 evening, that's different. That's a whole other ball game. Sun's getting ready to go down.
It's never a bad moment for tequila.
Hey, man, I love it. I love it.
Hey, before we say anything else, I just got to say thank you to Sean here at the Ice House for letting us use the space and the bar. Really freaking love you, bro. And also our friends at Eat and Escape for all your toy needs. I got to throw in the sponsors, bro.
Toy needs, baby. Toy needs.
And then oh, man, yeah. So, fucking A, how you doing?
Good. Yo, man, things are good. Things are good, man.
We got a TV show.
Hey, that's why things are good, dude. You know what, man? Look, when you're up, you're up. When you're down, you're down. Right now, I'm up.
Fluffy breaks even on Fuse TV.
This is gonna be bananas, man.
It was a lot of fun shooting it, man. I don't know when this thing's gonna come out, so I'll just be honest with you. We're just freaking shooting it today. Today's the 23rd. If you've been anywhere on the internet, you know that the world's supposed to be coming to an end between today and the 20. I think it's the 27th or the 28th.
We got a week.
We're opening up a portal. We're supposed to be opening up a portal out in Switzerland into some different dimensions, and whether they got that Hadron Collider just freaking experimenting with shit, making black holes and whatnot. So if it does air this episode and the black hole doesn't swallow us up, then hopefully you're catching us on Fuse TV and starting October 1st.
Yeah, dude, that was so much fun though.
Shooting it?
I mean, it was incredible, man. I mean, first of all, you know what? You got the eating portion. Okay, you know, and we eat some amazing food.
The rolling with Fluffy is like it's like a get out of jail free card for restaurants for I mean, it's like it's almost like having a freaking a loaded black card, American Express black card, and you're just having like this life that's not really real. It seems like sometimes.
You know what I call it? I call it the other side.
The other side.
I call it the other side. You know, you go out and you hit these different places, man, and it's like living on the other side. That's what it is. You get to go on the other side and live on the other side for a couple of days, and then you come back home to your side.
Oh, because let's face it, Fluff's at a whole nother level. Wow. He's at a whole nother freaking level now.
Man.
Yeah.
You know
and he deserves it. Holy shit.
He works hard.
He works his ass off.
But you know what I'm going to tell you? The best thing about it is, man, is that, you know, we all go way back.
Right.
And he shares it with us.
He does. He really does.
You have to appreciate that because, you know, when we go out there, man, we're like family. It's not like we're friends. We hang out. We hang out when we're not working.
Right. Oh, yeah, dude, we're watching Monday Night Football the other day.
And that's the beauty of it because I have been on other tours where I literally wanted to stick a pencil in my forehead.
Jesus.
Yeah, you want it to be over. Look, I want
not somebody else's forehead, your forehead.
My forehead. I want it to be over. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be out here with these guys any longer. This tour here, it's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that scene in Goodfellas. When Ray Liotta's wife first realized
I know what scene you're talking about. I know. Go ahead, finish the thought, but I know exactly what you're going to say.
She's like, you know what? It was the same thing. Every holiday, it was the same people.
The same people. It just seemed normal.
That's right, and that's what it is. I mean, when we're not on the road, you know, we're home, and somebody be like, hey, look, man, let's go to Joe's house. Joe got steaks, or we'll go to Fluffy's, or we'll do it. And it's just, it's family. And you know what? I hear this from a lot of people. It comes across on stage. When we're on stage, it all comes across. They just know that we have that kind of love for each other.
It's a very personal show.
Yes.
I mean, holy shit. I mean, that racist gift basket joke. I mean, talk about a personal show.
I know, yeah.
I mean, that's a true freaking story that really happened.
And who knew it would turn into what it turned into?
Dude, how many hits is that on Facebook?
On Facebook alone right now, it was put up 2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
I
couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3.
Regardless, 2.5. Let's say 2.5. 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's up to 15.1 million hits.
That's a lot of millions.
That's a lot of millions.
That's a lot of hits.
Dude, that's like 1 million hits a day.
Yeah, I hope we get freaking a fraction of that on the people listening to this.
I mean, that's incredible.
Right.
For something like that to happen. And like I said, man, back when it happened, who knew? Who knew?
It was hysterical though when it did happen.
It's well, you know what, man. It was.
I remember you were. I think the joke says Fresno because everybody knows Fresno, but you were in Lindsay.
It was in Lindsay. It was in Lindsay. And you know what?
And you were staying at the Sheraton.
Yeah, but you know the thing is, what was funny was that, like just before I opened up the door, because I mean the wheels were turning. No, I mean, dude, the wheels. I'm surprised you could see the wheels turning. And you know what? Just before I opened the door, you know what hit me? Two things hit me. Two things. Number one, because I was on the phone with you probably 2 hours prior.
Right.
Right? And that was you trying to get the information out of me, what room I was in.
Right.
And when that knock
because we called and they wouldn't give us the information.
Right, right.
The hotels are good like that.
But the knock on the door, and that's when things really started racing. Because for a minute, no, because honestly, for a minute, I thought the Klan was trying to run me out of town.
I remember you saying
dude,
that
I was scared to death. I'm in the room. I'm pacing back and forth, right? I tried to call Leonard, who was the promoter. I tried to call Leonard. Leonard wasn't answering his phone.
And in your defense, some of the shows that we've done out in that area, we've met some people that look like they could be freaking Klan.
Put it like this here.
Yeah.
They really ain't black folks friendly in that area.
I remember we did some of those Leonard shows, and some of those people, they had no problem telling us they didn't like minorities.
Dude, they would walk by me, man. And just, like, you know what I would always remember? Like, it would be like me, you, and Noe or something, right? And I'd be standing in the middle after the show, right? And they would come by, right? They would look at Noe and they go, "Oh, God, you're so funny. Oh, you're hilarious," right? And then they would walk by me, right? And just kind of look at me. And then they would go to you, "Yo, you know what, man? You were so funny." I'm standing there going, "What about me? I heard you laughing. What about me?" But man. it was, you know what? It was one of those places. And when it all happened, for real, I was really nervous because there were billboards all over the place with my picture and
Leonard could promote his ass off.
He did, he did that, and I honestly thought that they were trying to scare me. It might have been trying to scare me out of town.
I can't even imagine what that must have been like. I mean, from our side, it was a whole different perspective because we're like at the Albertsons, I think it was. And holy shit, those people had no problem. When he describes on the story how they had no problem like letting their racism out. Holy shit. Yeah. I mean, they were pointing us in every direction. I mean, I'm talking, they pointed us in every stereotypical thing you could imagine. And they were just happy to do it. And you know what? It was, and as wrong as it was, I was laughing my ass off. I was laughing harder making it. I remember just fucking just bent over fucking laughing because I knew how fucking twisted it was. Yeah. But you know, when you're a comic, that's the shit that gets you off. Twisted shit.
We're at another level. We're a whole nother level. You know, let me tell you what like people say to me, they're like, "Oh man, you know what, man, that was fucked up." I'm like, "No, it's not fucked up. We're comics." Right. We're comics. We can't get butthurt. You cannot get butthurt. Let me tell you what I did. I was in Korea one time. Me.
Cheers. Did you finish your keep the Korea thought. Cheers, man.
Oh yeah, my man. Dude, it's good to be here.
So you in Korea?
I'm in Korea. Me, a couple other comedians: Bush Bradley, Ruben Paul, Patrick DeGea. Right. Patrick is legally blind.
Yes.
Okay, we're staying at the JW Marriott in Seoul, Korea. I'm talking about upscale. You step outside, Bentleys, limos, you know, all these high-end vehicles. Me and Patrick come down. We had a black van that was taking us everywhere. Like I said, Patrick's legally blind. We walk outside, and there's a Rolls sitting in front of the hotel with the driver. I said, "Pat, there's the van right there." Patrick goes to get in the back of the Rolls. Okay. The driver went fucking crazy.
Well, of course. This is fucking guy getting into his freaking Rolls.
But that's what we do to one
another. And even though he's blind, most people would be like, "How evil? How could you do that to a blind dude?" For sure, fucking Patrick would do it if he had the chance to do it to another blind dude. He would.
Look, I look at it like this here. Patrick was born like that. Yes. So he's not blind. He just sees different.
And you know, if there's any blind people out there getting upset, please don't get upset.
They better not be. They better not be. They better not be. That's another thing that pisses me off, man. That pisses me off that the comedy game is changing, man. I mean, come on. I grew up watching the greats, man. I grew up watching Richard Pryor and Don Rickles. Come on. Don Rickles can still go out there and
talk shit.
People, races, whatever, because you know what? He's established that's who he is.
Right.
And everybody knows it's a joke. So how come all of a sudden people don't realize that it's a joke if somebody other than Don Rickles is saying it? I mean, come on, man. We're comics.
I guess he was already grandfathered in.
He was grandfathered. But I mean, no, for real though.
It's like once you get to a certain level and you're a teacher and you're like, it's gonna be hard to get your ass out.
But I mean, you know what? Like people are so.
Shout out to our camera dude, Rick Ramos, who taught them freaking kids in the inner city schools forever.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
We should put up a picture of Rick Ramos right now, looking frustrated.
That man right there, boy.
A bunch of kids.
You know what? I would never be able to do that. Man.
Teach kids? I'd shake them. I'd probably shake them. That's horrible to say. That's so horrible to say.
I couldn't do it.
No, I have no patience.
You know what?
You know what? I'd be like, listen, you little fuckers. Like, seriously. Like. But
see, you know what? I'm going to tell you why you couldn't do that.
What?
I'm going to tell you why you couldn't.
Oh, shit.
It's not, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of what I would do to them.
You're scared of what they would do to you?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, Mr. Riley touched me.
Oh, God.
Dude, if them little devious kids, them little devious kids do that. They'll do that, man.
Listen. Teachers shouldn't be touching kids, but kids shouldn't be making up stories that teachers are touching them.
But you know
because
what?
You got to take their fucking word for it. You got to investigate. You got to do it. You got to figure it out. And if it's a little punk ass kid just trying to fucking mess up your world,
hey man, I love them. Keep them little fuckers away from me.
You can't come back from that.
No.
You cannot come back from that. I don't give a shit how innocent you are. No fucking way. No, I couldn't be a teacher. You know what? If I were to be a teacher, it would probably be at the junior college level, and I would teach speech like twice a week. They do their little speeches, I freaking grade them, and their little public speaking. If somebody happens to wants to suck my dick, they're over 18, they're legal, they're in junior college, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Listen, a blowjob never hurt nobody.
And not only that, man,
maybe I opened up a little too much, but hey, I'm not a teacher, so don't worry about it.
It's another part of learning. It's another part of learning. Look, she's going to find a husband one day, and he's going to go, oh, my God, you know why I married her? Because she sucked a good dick.
She sucked great dick.
Yo, thank you, Professor Marty.
Listen, dick-sucking skills are right up there with pussy-eating skills. They have to be. They have to be.
You know what? I think dick-sucking skills have to be...
Better?
No, they're because you know what? Look. When you...
G. Reilly's about to drop some knowledge on dick sucking and pussy eating. Break out your notebooks.
No, for real. This is true. Honestly, you could watch a porn and learn how to eat pussy. Right? Because all you got to know, that little man, that's all you got to do.
Is focus on the little man. But you can't, look. I mean,
you can't be gnawing on it.
No, you can't be gnawing on it, but you can't neglect the rest of the pussy either. No, because then if somebody just goes straight for the tip of my dick and they just...
But that's my point, though. Like I said, you could watch
How did we get into fucking... We're trying to promote the show. And we're trying to talk, and now we're talking about sucking dick. Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You bring out.
Oh, I brought it out.
I know you for years. I knew before this even started we were gonna get here. It's like a street you gotta walk down to get home.
Listen, so go ahead, carry on. I'm curious.
I'm just saying, like you could watch a porn, right? And you pull back the lips, right? Everybody says it, the ABCs, 1 through 10, whatever.
Or hum.
Right. But focus on that little man right there.
Right.
Right. A girl.
I hate that they call it a little man.
A girl can't look at another girl sucking dick and learn how to do it because you can't see what the tongue is doing inside her mouth.
No. You can't learn what they're doing, but you can get some good tips. Like the whole hand right there and then just focusing right here. I can't stand that shit. No. And I'm not saying it constantly has to stay deep in the throat because that's kind of evil. That's a little torturous. But every once in a while, it should hit the back and make that
You want to see a tear? You want to see a tear?
You want to at least hear the sound. You want to
see some mascara running. You
want to think that they care.
You know what though? But that's when it's the best. When
somebody cares.
Oh, when they like it.
They just want to make it.
Oh,
they want to make it.
No.
And they like it because it's you that they want to please. It's not like necessarily they're just, because there's a lot of dudes that have that misconception that chicks are just out there loving to suck dick and they can't wait for a dick to pop up so they can put it in their mouth. No. If they want to make you happy and they want to focus on you just fucking being completely happy, then they'll focus on like, fuck yeah, I want to suck your fucking dick and I want to make it fucking.
But you know when you know. You know when you know that.
You know when you know that you know.
Yeah, you know when you know that that's what they like.
What? How's that?
Because they'll stop and look you in the face, and they won't say nothing, but that whole face will be like, "You like this here, don't you, motherfucker?"
Look in the camera and say that shit.
You like this, motherfucker? I mean, no. Look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I've had. It's like, you know what? Look, let me put it like this here. Remember the what's the girl's name? They called her Superhead.
Superhead.
The rapper, her name was Corinne Steffen.
Oh, yes.
Superhead.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, one day me and my buddy were talking about her, and they were saying, you know, oh, she Superhead, she got the best head ever. And I'm like, wait.
But wait, what is the best head ever?
No, but that's my point.
You know?
No, my point is, they're calling her Superhead because she was going around and all these rappers were saying
that she was the best head.
But you're a rapper. You're fucking 25 years old. You really haven't experienced. Because I'm going to tell you, I had a girl.
If you're a rapper, you're probably getting a lot of head.
Yeah,
if you're a successful rapper.
No, but you know what?
If you're a struggling rapper, maybe not so much.
You take a successful rapper that's 25 years old.
And you just take a grown-ass man.
And you take a grown-ass man. Take me, for instance. Okay. I've been around the world.
Okay, but see, that's a difference. There's a lot of grown-ass men that married their high school sweetheart who have never cheated and hopefully they never do, because if they do and they get a good blowjob, they're not coming back.
But to them, they're superhead. She's superhead.
It's
to
superhead
me, she's
because
mediocre.
they have nothing to compare it to.
She's mediocre.
So it depends. I guess it doesn't matter how old you are. It goes back to that whole thing. How much experience do you have in the situation? Right. There might be a 20-year-old who sucked more dick than some 40-year-olds.
Hey, look, let me tell you something, man. I had a girl, man, I swear, she caved in my left ass cheek. Yo, hey, dude, she had your hands like this. She had your toes like this.
All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. I had thought I said I'm gonna make it a point to just try to make this a little bit more than sex, but fucking sex is always good.
Okay, you want a beer?
You want a beer? I got not your daddy's root beer. Have you had that, or not your father's root beer?
Give me that.
It kind of tastes like root beer, but
yeah, let me try that. I mean, fuck, it's already established that after this I'm gonna have to take a nap.
I'm not. I've got me a little bit of IPA, and I only.
Let me see.
Here you go. Try that. I want you to try that.
Not your daddy's root beer.
I think that is that not your dad's, or not your father's, or not your daddy's.
Oh, that's fucking good.
It tastes like root beer.
That's what's scary.
Yeah, right? Let me see. What's it say? Not your father's.
This is fucking good, man.
Not your daddy's root beer would be kind of good too.
This is good.
If you put a little bit of vanilla freaking vodka in there, it takes it to a whole nother level.
Oh, come on, man. I'm chasing Patron.
Nice. Well, I'm just saying. and it has the check the alcohol percentage, because it's pretty fucking high, bro. You got to be careful with that.
5.9.
5.9. That's no joke. Here, let me have a sip of that.
This shit is good,
Just
man.
a little taste.
That shit is delicious.
It tastes like a fucking root beer.
Man. Salute, brother. You know what, man? Cheers. We got a TV show coming out, man.
We got a TV show.
No, you know what?
Hey, you know what? Thank you, Fluffy. Thank you, Fluffy, for freaking making dreams come true. Seriously.
Hold on. Let's tell them.
Tell them.
About us.
Okay.
Because you know what, man? Dude, I mean, we got history. We got like the ultimate, like, comedy history.
You were the first comedian that I met, like, other than the guys that were in my workshop. You were the first comic that I met that I said that you came up to me. We still worked at UCLA.
Yeah.
We still worked at UCLA. I was dating one of the secretaries.
Yeah.
I won't say her name because she's probably married with children, very happy now. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
And she basically told one of the people in your unit that there was a comic in the fourth floor, and then you came down.
Yeah. Told me. No, actually, you know what? It wasn't her. She wasn't the one to tell you. Remember Marvin?
Yeah, but she told Marvin.
Okay.
The only reason Marvin knew is because of her.
Okay, well, Marvin told me. Marvin was like, hey, man, do you know this comedian down on 4?
And that's crazy that has said this comedian. I'd probably been on stage maybe once.
Yeah,
maybe once, maybe twice.
You were a month in. You know, and dude, but you know what's funny, man? When I came down and I met you, and you told me about the room that you had, and you know how comics are, man. If a comic tells you, well, back then, they might be different now. But if a comic tells you he's going to be there, he's going to be there.
Sure.
And I remember, man, I was like, yo, yeah, I'll be there. And I mean, dude, I was sick as a dog. I mean, I had a fever and everything, but I remember.
This was around it was in the winter time.
Yeah. And
it might have been raining.
I remember I said I was going to be there, man, and I came down, and for somebody that had been doing comedy for a month, I walked into this room, and it not only was it packed.
It was in San Pedro.
Yeah.
In San Pedro. It was Club 111 and one of the hotels out there.
And not only was it packed.
I still have flyers from 111.
Me too.
Do you really?
But what amazed me, I'm going to tell you what amazed me more than anything, was because the elevator doors opened right up, like right into the showroom. Right. And I remember just people coming in, and I remember the wait staff walking around with tables, setting up tables to accommodate the people.
I was overwhelmed by the amount of people that showed up. I was really overwhelmed by the amount of people that showed up.
And I'm sitting there at the bar, and I mean, I had the chills. I was sweating. I was sick as a dog. But you know what? To this day, man, I remember. And you know what? Yo, man, it's been me and you ever since.
Dude, we did a lot of freaking. We rolled to a lot of fucking gigs, man.
Fucking the Roadhouse in Santa Barbara.
It wasn't the Roadhouse. It was the Coach House. The Coach House in Santa Barbara.
Shit,
I remember it was like a freaking 1,000-seater or 1,500-seater.
16 people.
I wish. There might have been 10. They'd give us 2 beers and a meal and $50 each, and we'd do an hour or some shit. And I probably had 5 minutes, and I would be up there for freaking half, and everybody would be so grateful that we showed up. Well, the people that were there. But you know what? It was awesome to drive out there.
Dude, it was fun.
As a matter of fact, we were in Santa Barbara when I decided to quit my job at UCLA. I had been contemplating it. We got there early, and we went into a
card shop. It was a card
shop. It was like a little gift shop.
Cards and candles and stuff like that,
And there was a card that said something to the extent of, when you come to the end of all the light you have and must take a step into the darkness of the unknown, there will either be solid ground for you to stand on or you will fly. And to me, I'm like, okay.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. I'm going to fly. I'm going to go. Either there's going to be solid ground or I'm going to fly. And do you know that I still have that card in a frame next to my bed?
As well you should.
I've never gotten rid of that card.
Dude, do you know what I still have?
What's that?
The card from the Razor's gift basket. I'm serious. Some things you keep.
That is awesome.
Some things you keep.
Yeah.
That's right. And you know, but do you remember?
You know what? I also have a Raider ticket stub when they used to play in LA. That means... Just had to throw that in there. I don't know.
You know what? I was going to say I got one too.
Really?
Dude.
A Raider?
I got a Raider ticket stub from when they played the Jets in the AFC Championship game.
Wow.
Fucking $16.
Holy shit. Yeah, I think that's probably what I paid. I think it was, they were playing either, I think it was Denver or Buffalo. And it was also
but this was the AFC Championship.
And it was $16.
$16.
Fuck. Times have changed, bro.
Oh, my God.
It's like freaking, you got to give them your firstborn.
Matter of fact, you know what? You want to hear something funny? That last football game I went to.
No.
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I haven't been to football games with you guys. I haven't. No.
I'm thinking about going when
we gotta do that.
You got to go because I think when we're in Fresno with the Fluffy Breaks Even tour, the next Sunday that Sunday after that we're off, and I'm gonna try to make a trip out there.
That might be a plan.
Yeah, taking
because I haven't been
Hooter, the Baby Killer.
I
think Alfred wants to roll out. Maybe
I haven't been to a football game in years, man.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny, man. It's been a hell of a road, man.
It's been interesting.
And you know
and now on we filmed Stand Up Revolution together with Gabe.
Right.
And now this is a full blown TV show.
Dude, this is fucking huge.
Where we're working out and eating. We're eating and working out.
Dude, 2 things we love to do. If they could just throw some fucking in there.
Getting head. Can we get head?
If we could throw that in there.
That'll be my TV show. Martin gets head.
There you go. Yo, we go eat, we work out, we get head, we take a nap.
And hope that the freaking world doesn't go into a black hole.
You know, what the hell? Hey, look, it's been a good run.
It's been a hell of a run.
It's been a good run,
If it were to end...
now. It's been a good run.
Wow. Yeah.
It's been a good run, man. Look, I got nothing, no regrets, I mean, you know what, man?
If you could do one thing over again, would you?
If I could do one thing over again, I probably would have finished high school.
Stop it. You didn't finish high school? You finished high school?
No.
And the Navy still took you?
Yeah, no, I had GED. I got GED.
Oh, right.
I got a GED, but I mean, no, but you know what, man?
I've never been anywhere where they asked me for my high school diploma.
Hey, but you know what, though, man? I'm going to tell you something, man. When growing up the way I grew up, man, honestly, man, like everything after fucking, I think, honestly, everything after fucking 16 was just fucking bonus life. Because, I mean, it was like...
Fuck, after 16,
yeah,
bro?
dude. I mean, when I grew up, man, it was no joke, man. Yeah. Come on, I grew up in Harlem in the 60s.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, in my lifetime, I have personally seen 4 people murdered. Witnessed 4 people murdered. And that was like back when I was in my teenage years. So growing up in Harlem back then, man, that was no joke. That whole Denzel and American Gangster, that's what I grew up smack dab in the middle of.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you know, every part of my life is appreciated.
I think everybody would agree that, growing up in Harlem back then, that was, what year was that?
Dude, I was there in the 60s.
That was in the 60s. That's when, dude, I mean, we clearly still have a problem with race relations in this country. Yeah. In the 60s, I mean, there were still dogs going after black folks.
You know what, though? The thing is, back then, they didn't care about us. They didn't care about us at all. They didn't care about us at all, man. I mean, I remember, honestly, man, I've known people that have been kidnapped. And the guy that kidnapped him, after he let him go, he's like, yeah, we was just playing.
Fuck.
And the cops would be, oh, they were just playing.
You know what? Before we wrap it up, that's interesting that we got to this place. But when the Confederate flag came down, this just happened. Then we'll wrap it up after this. Right. But I just want to get your thoughts on this. When the Confederate flag came down a couple of weeks ago,
right.
There was a clip on CNN. And everybody was cheering that it came down. Right. And there was a white guy standing next to a black guy. And the sound clip that came through is them hugging and shaking hands. They just kind of shook hands. Right. And he looked at him and said, "We're good now, right? We're good."
Hey, look, this is my opinion, man. We are never going to be good. Right, and when I say we're never, I'm not talking about my personal experience with white folks. I'm talking about as a society. Simply because, for some reason, there has to be that separation. Because honestly, what I think is, if racism went away, and everybody got together, then we would all focus on what the real problem is. And you know what? Those people that are causing the real problem don't want that. So they have to keep us fighting against each other so we all don't get together and then start looking at them. Yeah.
The Pope's here and he's talking about income inequality.
Hey,
maybe
look,
that's and a lot of people think he's the Antichrist Pope. He said if you've had an abortion, you want to freaking keep on moving on and coming to church, welcome.
Yes.
If you're gay, who the hell am I to judge you?
Right.
There's global. There's definitely climate change, and on top of all that, he said we gotta address this income inequality. Some people are calling him the Antichrist for saying that kind of shit.
They can call him whatever they want, but you know what, man? Richard Pryor said it best.
What's that?
I don't care what you do, just don't do it on my porch.
All right.
It's that simple, man. You know what?
Live your life. And
be happy.
Yeah, just don't fuck with me.
Be happy. Look,
yes.
if you're happy,
you know what? That's a great way to fucking close it.
Yeah.
If something makes you happy,
be happy,
and you're not hurting other people, and you're not, and you're freaking successful and you're fucking coming, let it be.
You know what,
I think you know what? I was pissed when they were fucking with Charlie Sheen. I'm like, this man has a successful show. He's freaking filthy rich. If he wants to snort coke and get fucking head, let him.
And he's showing up at work on time every day.
And killing it. So that's the thing. Let people be them, and you'll have more Charlie Sheens being successful in this world.
Let me tell you something.
I'll let you have the closing thought.
Closing thought. Pretty much every 4 to 6 weeks, you turn on the news, somebody shot something up.
Yes.
Okay? Not once has anybody said he did that because he was fucking happy. You know what? Happy people don't shoot shit up.
So let people fucking come, let people drink, let people get high,
and
the shootings will stop.
Be happy.
Yes, be happy.
Be happy.
There it is, guys. Be happy. Thanks for freaking joining us at the Barcast here at the Ice House. Again, thank you to everybody at the Ice House for letting us do this here. And shit, let's end it with a cheers to anybody that tuned in. And congratulations, Fluffy, on Fluffy Breaks Even.
Hey, man. Thank you, Fluffy. Thank you, Martine. Thank you.
Thank you, Gene, for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We'll have another drink and then...